Evening, everybody, and welcome back for those who are back. And now, today I want to speak why, about some mantras that I do, and why do I do it that way, especially when I posted about Kamakya mantra. People said, okay, you've changed the mantra. Why? Now, the question here, you do mantras to obtain a certain benefit. Some growth you got to have by doing mantras. You don't do mantras for the sake of just being happy. Being happy, you can go to the gym, or go for a swim, or go to the disco. But to awaken the energies within. Okay, now I'm back again. I think for a while I was not seeing the screen. Now, when we do mantras, we want to invoke something within our body, because we want to connect with the goddesses within our souls. Then we have a question is this: how do we do it? Do I sing Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namo to invoke the energy? Or do I go Om Hrim Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om? So it's important what tone you do and what are your intentions. Like for me, when I do Lord Shiva, because he's the husband, of Parvati or Shakti, I like to feel in my heart. But then again, when I do Kala Bhairava, which is also Lord Shiva, I like to feel it in my base chakra or my second chakra. So you can do the same deity with the different aspects of himself to send the energy to different parts of the body. So let's start with Ganesh, because he removes the obstacles in your spine. When they talk about Ganesh removing the obstacle that you pray to him before you do any other thing, it's basically this. Without doing his mantra, you're not going to move any energy in your body. He's the first one that moves energy within your body, within your spine, actually. He is in the base chakra, and his energy runs down the spine. As long as he keeps moving, we keep being alive. So it's not the question here. When you do sadhana, you just don't want to be alive. You want to be powerful. You want to feel great. You want to feel divinity within you. You know, that feeling of stillness, that feeling of being connected to the divine within you. When I'm saying I'm son of Kali, and it's because her energy is within me, it's alive within me. Okay? There are moments when she talks through me, and there are moments when I'm talking. So there's a big difference, and people who know me well will know when I'm talking and when I'm not. When the ego, that is me, thinking I know a lot and speaks. Then there is an ego, less speech, where I'm no more speaking, something else is controlling what I say. So that is where you want to get to. You want to get to the platform where you can feel every word you say. You can feel the energy of the divine within you. Then you are alive. Then you're doing mantras. If you go, doing, as I said, cream, 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 kamakya, which is what a lot of people do. Now, it's great. At least there's devotion. Now, I want to add devotion to technique, to frequency. Now, in any form of way you do mantra, there's still devotion. Now, the question is this: are we satisfied just devotion, or we want that energy to flow through, the energy to make us feel alive? Or are we happy to just enjoy it, doing mantras? Because I can do Om Hrim Shakti, Om Hrim Shakti, Om Hrim Shakti, Om Adi Sakti, Maha Sakti, Para Sakti, Om. I feel it because I feel the joy of doing a mantra. But if I do Om Hrim Shakti, Hrim Shakti, Hrim Shakti, Adi Sakti, Mahasakti, Parasakti Om. Then I feel her in my heart. I feel the energy in my heart. I feel the expansion. But because I think of her when I'm doing the mantra, her energy expands within me. So there is an intent, there is frequency. And there's a tone that you do in a particular tone, which is nasal, where the frequency is better. If you just sing vocally, it is not so powerful. If you do it nasally, it goes up to your third eye and it comes down as well. Now, let's start with Ganesh Mantra. Now, with Ganesh Mantra, the first thing is you take the Om, you take to the third eye. Then Shreem, you take to the heart. Hreem, you also take to the heart. Then Kleem, you take it down to the base chakra. Okay, that's when you go to the Glum, Gung. Then when you're already there, the Glum and Gung will automatically go to the base chakra where he is. Ganapadaye Namaha Om. So you go Om Shreem Hreem Kleem Glum Gung Ganapadaye Namaha Om Om Shreem Hreem Kleem Glum Gung Ganapadaye Namaha Om. So you're sending the energy down to the base chakra, the aim. So you keep changing the tone till you get the right tone that you want to use. And when you feel the frequency going down, when you can feel the warmth in the base chakra, then you know the sound has traveled there. So it takes a bit of training. It's a bit of consistent work with it. Okay? But if you want guidance, if you want to do the mantras and feel the mantras, then you can come. I do online teaching. I do 6 lessons in a module. And you can learn how to do the mantras and how to send the frequency of each bija mantra to different parts of the body. Then we were talking about Kamakya. Now, when we talk about Kamika, we don't talk about her like a lot of people in Kali Yuga like to see it as Kama. So they connect Kamaraja to it. So they go Kleem, 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 Kamakya. Okay? Now the vagina is more than just pleasure. It is about the creative force. Everything in the universe came from the vagina, through the yoni, okay, which is the creative force within the womb of the Divine Mother. The world was created. So if such, like we all come from that space, and then if we sit down and say, we think of it as a pleasure machine, then it's a bit weird. Okay, it's not just pleasure. It is about divinity. It's about the greatness of that space. The yoni is very sacred, absolutely sacred. Unfortunately, in Kali Yuga, we treat it like for the sake of pleasure. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get pleasure. If you do mantras regularly and you send the energy down, that pleasure is incredibly beautiful. You can't get it from your normal gymnastic sex. So thinking of the yoni as a sexual symbol it's only for those with lower thinking. If you look at it as a union, it's better. But first of all, let us look at it as a sacred space that gave us all life. Okay, it's the passageway that we came into this world. So when you think of karmakaya, you don't think of just karma, but you think about beyond all of that. Okay, the first principle is karmakaya came through. It's another avatar of Kali. Okay, because when Kali went there, she invoked the energy in that area where the yoni fell. So when you talk about yoni, you talk about Sati's yoni or Shakti, okay, Shiva's wife. Her yoni fall into that place. So then you talk about Hrim, the mantra Hrim. So cream, karmakaya doesn't help. If you only think about the pleasure, you have to think about where the source is, who invoked the space after that part, the yoni fell there, and then you can add the pleasure part of it. So you go, always when you do Om when you do Om singly on its own, you can use it to send energy to any part of the body. So that will depend on how you use your tone. But when we do it with mantra, we want first to open the third eye to feel that energy. Okay, so we always focus on the third eye. So we go, very short O, very long M. And remember, you have to always breathe. When you breathe in, you push your stomach out. When you breathe out, you push your stomach in. So in that way, you add power and breath, sound and breath, together to give you more power. Okay, so you go, Harim. So I do the Harim shorter HRI because not as short as the Om, but a bit longer so that the sound goes to the heart. You can actually feel when the sound goes to the heart, you then start doing the M. Don't prolong the sound HRI because then it might go even further down. Then you're not sending it to the place you want to get the best result. So in this case, I want it in the heart, so I go, Harim. Then now I want the cream to go down to the base chakra. So I go, cream. So I send it down to the base chakra. Then I do the clean. So from the base chakra, you move up to the second chakra. You go, clean. then Kamakya Swaha. Okay, so you take, so it's not going to be Klim, 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 Kamakya Swaha. You go, Om Harim Kli Krim Klim Kamakya Swaha Om Harim Krim Klim Kamakya Devi Swaha. You can either do Kamakya Swaha or you can say Kamakya Devi Swaha. So it all depends on you. So now, that way you're sending the mantra where you want it to go, so that you invoke the different parts of your body that gives you that energy, that growth that you seek. Because for women especially, you want to empower your womb. You want to empower your yoni. Yoni is the whole reproductive organ. Yeah, at the same time, you want your yoni to become, vagina to become alive. The vagina, remember, it's only the gateway. It's the external of the uterus, okay? It is not the uterus. The uterus is where the power is. Okay, this is only the gateway. So you have, but to enjoy the physical pleasure with your partner, then it's important that it's alive, because a lot of people have gone through a lot of trauma because the planetary positions that we also controls the way that our being is. Okay, so you want that energy to be in balance. Now, remember also, it's important to do all the planet mantras according to each day. Like if those of you who are on Facebook, you go to my notes, you'll find all the mantras there. Those who have learned with me, you should know that you have the menu, which has all the planetary mantras. Those who have not learned from me or not on Facebook, you can go to on my friend list. I think without being a friend, you can still go to my notes. Then in YouTube, you have some of the recordings. So it's important that the recordings in YouTube, it's more a simple form. It's not what I'm doing now. So I was not singing a singing tone, but I was doing it in speaking tone, but a lot faster. Now I'm showing you to do it a lot slower. Because I think the last time I promoted, I put the planetary mantras over 10, 12 years ago. So now you're going to see a whole series of them that I'll do. Now we have done Ganesh. Then we want to do Kali. Or we do, before that we do the gurus. It's important to do the external gurus and the internal gurus. So first we do the internal gurus. That the first one are the trinities. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, they're your gurus. So you go Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurue Namaha Om. Then you have Dakshinamurti. You go Hamsa Hamsaya Vitmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Dakshinamurti Prachodayat. So each of the mantra you can do 3 times or 9 times. Then you want Jupiter, who's your inner guru. Then you go Brahm Brahaspadaye Namaha Om. Now when you do like Dakshinamurti, if you want to use frequency only, you don't want to do the Hamsa Hamsa Vitnahe, then you can go to another generic bija sounds, and then Dakshinamurti. You can go Om Harim Klim Shrim Dakshinamurti Namaha Om. You can use the same sequence for Dakshinamurti, for Kala Bhairava. Basically, it's Kala Bhairava sound, but Kala Bhairava and Dakshinamurti are both Shivas. So if you can use that for Kala Bhairava, then we should be able to do it for Dakshinamurti as well. So it keeps it simple. But the important thing is this: when you're doing Kala Bhairava, you're thinking of him, you're thinking of his attribute, and doing the sound. So between your intention and the sound, you create the energy within you. Then when you do Kala Bhairava, Dakshinamurti, you do the same thing and you think in terms of what his power is. Now, if you want to add to it, you can change it slightly. Instead of Om Hrim, you can go, come back to the Shrim at the end of it. You go, Om Hrim Klim Hum Aim Dakshinamurti Namaha Om. So the Aim brings in the bija sound for speech, intelligence, wisdom, knowledge. So you can change, you can add that, or you can just go to Shrim and think of him. Either way, it works. Remember, you are the architect. Okay, there's a whole lot of things that they say, you can't do mantras this way, you got to get the initial mantra, you get initiated. After that, whatever you do, because your guru is not going to initiate you with hundreds of mantras. He's going to initiate you with a mantra that is specially for you. Okay? Based on your energy. There is a certain sequence, like for me, Vishnu Devas as my Vishnu Devas are my deity. So if a guru comes to me, they would give me the mantra for Vishnu Deva because that's my deity. They will find out that's who I have to worship. So remember that when you get a name, the same thing goes. A lot of people have fancy names given by their gurus. Basically, you should give the sound that has a frequency that resonates with your energetic frequency. In Vedic astrology, they give you different sounds for different nakshatras. Okay, so you have basically two types of sound that you can use. One, you can use the ascendant, but generally we always go in terms of the moon sign. Okay, let me take. So in Mula they say the sound should start with. No, sorry, bear with me. I don't know where I put my glasses. Anyway, it says it's sound got to be yap, ya, ya, ba. I can't see it clearly without my glasses. But anyway, there are certain sounds like pa, pa. So anything that starts with pa, like my name Parameswaran, Param, pa. Then whatever it goes to pa. Like my daughter was yo. Then I gave her the name Yogeshwari. Same thing with my wife is Devan. She's Da. So her name is Devanayagi. So that's normally three choices, three different sounds or four different sounds that you can choose. And when that name, but then also when you do that sound, you also got to know what deity is for the nakshatra. So if you can get a sound with the closeness to the deity as well, then it's more powerful. So it's a whole, I mean, it's your life. I mean, you want to go forward in your life. Like we all sit down and complain about the coronavirus and the amount of problems we have. Yeah, we have the problems because we are not looking forward. We're stuck into a life of limbo. So I think in a way, it's a wake-up call for all of us as to where we want to go, what we want to do. It's basically a wake-up call. Okay? So how do we go about this? We have to move forward. And Bija sounds will give you the power to move forward. Because when you think in terms of partnership, you think in terms of even if you want to be with someone in your life. Have any one of you asked why you keep getting into relationships often and find that you have to change your partnership? You gives up. It says it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. First fundamental thing that is wrong with us is this. Okay, it's not that something is wrong with you, it's just that our social system is controlling us and they work into controlling us. And then we are, so we are all in a defensive mode, all seeking to be happy, seeking someone to make us happy, some solution outside of us. There is no solution that is outside of you. Everything is within you. If you're happy, it's because of you. If you're happy, it's also because of you. Nobody else is going to make you happy. You can't get into a relationship and expect the relationship to make you happy. So the question here is this: how do you get to the stage of feeling confidence about yourself, feeling inner dignity alive, that you are someone special? To feel that, you have to invoke every cell in your body to be alive. Your nadi system has to be functioning at top space. Then you live longer, you achieve a lot more things. I mean, I'm 77 and I don't stop working. I mean, when I come and sit in this chair, some days I work up to about 13 hours. I don't have to. Between doing two, maybe say, if I have 3 or 4 offline, online, and whatever allowance I get from the investment that I put with my wife's center, I can be happy. I can go on a holiday, I can do things, but they are not something that makes me happy. What makes me happy is when I'm useful to humanity, when I can give something back to humanity, when I can serve the Divine Mother. When I teach you, I'm actually not teaching you, I'm serving Mother. I'm using this space to do what I do, to serve humanity, is to serve the Divine Mother. Because she brought us here into this world for us to be of use in this world, universe. We're not here to take and expect everything from it. We're here to give. We're here to share. Here to grow. So let's focus on doing mantras the proper way, and so that we can achieve the goals that we want to achieve. Now we have done Ganesh Mantra, we have done inner gurus. Now there is the outer gurus. You normally need a teacher. Now, when you need a teacher, when I mean you need a teacher, you don't become a slave to the teacher, or you don't give up everything and go and live in an ashram and hang around the tail of the teacher, because then you'll always be hanging around the tail. You have to be an independent person, yet having a teacher that you can connect with. And the connection is made by you, by the love, the devotion, and the gratitude you have towards your teacher. It doesn't matter whether the teacher gives you millions of things or takes care of you every day, as long as it's given you the first mantra, then your life belongs to that teacher, in the sense that there is a connection between you and your teacher, what they call guru. Okay? That connection bond cannot be broken. There's a lot of people, like I have students who want me to be their master, want Amma to be their master guru as well, want, what's the name, Yogi Bhajan to be anything and everything. Now, in this path, you have one, and that one is your final. Like Swami Shivananda when I was a kid. Okay, I've grown, I've gone, I don't use his name all the time except when I say who my lineage is. But my teaching is not from that lineage. My teaching is universal. It's what I receive from the mother. Because there's a lot of things that I teach that I don't speak about, only with my students that come to me directly. Because this science is a personal science. It's something that you pass down to your students. It cannot be published. It cannot be given online. Like people ask me why I don't telecast, my Agni or my rituals or my prayers. I don't. You can't. I know there's a lot of people who are doing it, but for me, I find that when you take a picture or you divide the energy, you remove the energy from the place. That space is sacred, and you keep it sacred. People who come to it, they can receive the energy. It's not for show business. Now let's go into the next mantra. So the next mantra for me is Swami Shivananda. So I go, Now, the mantra hasn't got a Hrim, but I put Hrim in all the mantras I do because I like the power of the feminine. So I go, Hrim Shivananda Hamsaya Vitmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. So then I call upon Swami Shivananda to bless me. Though he has left his body, his energy is still around, and his students can still access him if they are devoted to him. And then you do your favorite Easter Deva, call it, your favorite deity. For me, is Mother Kali. So I go, Krim, 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 Hrim, Hrim, Dakshani Kalike, Krim, 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 Hrim, Hrim, Hum, Hum, Swaha, Krim, 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 Hrim, Hrim, Hum, Hum, Dakshani Kalike, Krim, 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 Hrim, Hrim, Hum, Hum, Swaha. Now I forgot because my hands are low. When I do the mantra, I bring both my palm together, lock it, and then after that I pull my index finger out, and then I put my left thumb over my right thumb. So when I do Kali mantra, I use this mudra. And the other mantras when I do Apana mudra, which is this way. The two fingers got to be straight. The middle finger and the ring finger got to be bent, touching the tip of your thumb. Then it's always important when you do Kali, you also need to do two other goddesses, minimum. You need to do Matanji and you need to do Kamalamika. Okay, when you do Matanji, you want all the sound to go to your third eye. So all the bejas will be short with a long M. So you go, and also look up to your third eye. I'm Hrim. I'm Shrim. Srimatange very swaha. When you do her mantra, you want the sound to go to your third eye, and you can do as many as 9 or 27 or 54. The more you want, because you need your third eye to open. But before your third eye can open, you need your pineal gland and your pituitary gland to be cleansed. So when you take the sound like the you got to feel the sound traveling to all parts of your third eye, all parts of your head. Then you can feel the sound there. Then when you do the I'm, your way of calling her to give you wisdom. Then when you give Hreem, you want your wisdom to be focused. That's the power of the Divine Mother, Shakti. You want Shakti's power, okay? Then you go I'm again. Then you do Shreem, because you want that joy, that feeling, inner prosperity. That's what Kamlamika is all about. Inner prosperity, not about money. I mean, people like to, again in Kali Yuga, I mean, imagine the mother giving you money. She gives you inner prosperity, riches, which is not jewelry, anything like that. She blesses you with all of them, but you still have to work to get them. When she, with her blessing, you find it's easier to accept, to get earn a living. Without her blessing, it's a bit harder. When I mean her blessing is when your energy within you feel inner prosperity, then whoever you go and see, they like to deal with you. Because you're not a beggar. You have dignity, you have inner strength, you have joy in you. That joy in you is what people like to deal with. So that's how the prosperity comes. So next, when you do that mantra to bring that inner joy, everything got to go into the heart chakra. That's for Kamlamika. Then you go, see that that's a bit more O in there. Shreem. Hreem. Shreem. I'm Kamlamika Swaha. So when I do her mantra, I have the sound traveling from my heart to the third eye, from my third eye to my heart. So the sound travels between these 2 points. So then I can feel, think, and be prosperous. Your heart alone doesn't give you that. It gives you, when you connect, when you do Matanji's mantra, and then you do Kamlamika mantra, then the energy gives, then you open up the 3 things. So you have the first goddess, which is Kali in the Mahavidyas. Then the second last is Matanji, and Kamlamika is the last. So you're taking the bottom 2 and the top 1, and you have the whole energy of all the goddesses within the Mahavidya. You can do each one of them as you like, or you can do these 3, because you need Mother Kali, because when you do Mother Kali mantra, you're doing all the Mahavidya goddesses, because from her they all came. So when you do Mother Kali, you're actually calling all of them. But Mother Kali also helps you get rid of all the demons inside of you. The 51 skulls that she wears also symbolizes the 51 alphabet, but also symbolizes the demons that you have within your body. So she destroys the demons within you. She's not going to come and destroy all the people who are robbing you. But she destroys the demons within you. So when you do that, you destroy the demons within your throat chakra and open up your third eye. Then when you do you remove the clouds around your heart chakra. Okay, the more you get defeated in love, the more your heart gets closed. You find your hands become cold, and the feet becomes cold. So when the energy is in that two areas, your heart chakra energy and your second chakra energy and your base chakra energy is not working, then your feet and your hands are cold. So when you open up that love from within you, your hands eventually becomes warm again. Because all your nadis are functioning, and your nadis end at your feet and your hands. So you do Kali mantra to get rid of the demon. When you do hum hum, you want to feel the sound in the navel. So you're getting rid of your past history. The book of records are getting clean every time you do hum hum. So have a purpose when you do the mantras. Don't just do mantras for the sake of doing mantras. A lot of people do that, which is, no, do it where you know they're going to open up the energy pockets in your body. It's the same as, nadis is the same as meridian point. Instead of acupuncture, acupressure and all that, you're doing sound. You're doing sound frequencies. But they also relate to your chakras. Okay, instead of using the chakra sounds, like lam, vam, ram, you're using the mantras, the seed sound of the goddesses, rather than the seed sound of the petal of the lotus. So once you've done the three, then you want Kala Bhairava. You want him to protect you, because there's always energies around you that would attack you. There are entities around everywhere. So you want Kala Bhairava to always be alive inside of you. So nothing is stronger than him. Then you go, Om Hrim Klim Hum Shrim Mahakala Bhairava Namaha Om Om Hrim Klim Hum Shrim Mahakala Bhairava Namaha Om. So you do this mantra. So if you can do this three mantras, four mantras, Ganesh, Kali, Matanji, Kamalamika, Dakshinamurti, and also the gurus, then you find that it's a very balanced program that you can do every day. And then you do the planet of the day. Like when you do sun, you go, Harim, 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 Suryaye Namaha Om. When you do him, you want to feel your right side of your body. You want the energy to run down all the right side. And then you do, next you do the moon mantra. You go, Shreem, Hareem, Kleem, Cham, Chandraye Namaha Om. So you can do that. So each mantra that you do, try to send the bija mantras to different parts of the body. So create your intention. Find out where the sounds got a trouble and send the sounds to that places. So you can do a research on Google to see where each planet is in your body, and then do the mantra. Or you can write to me and I send you the detail. Okay, thank you for being here. Namaste. See you again next week. Bye.